I'm going to run through everything that mattered in fantasy football for tonight's Washington Commanders Green Bay Packers game. I'll make it quick, don't want to waste your time. I've won exactly 36% of all the fantasy football leagues I've been in for the last 20 plus years. I want to share the insights that have helped me be uncommonly good at this thing with you guys. Let's jump into this game. Jordan Love played outstanding, but in fantasy this was just a solid quarterback performance, and this is exactly why he's only a borderline 15 to 20 range quarterback for me in fantasy football. He's not going to throw for 10 yards per attempt every game. He doesn't have rushing upside. There are issues here. Josh Jacobs was inefficient with 23 carries for 84 yards, but he did have a touchdown, and he remains a lock for me as a top 3 overall running back, higher than most experts, because this is an elite situation to be in. He's got no competition. Normally, you'll see a little bit more out of him as a receiver as well, though Chris Brooks is getting more reps. I've had Tucker Kraft much higher than the consensus expert rank for a while now. This is going to make him move even higher up. He led all tight ends in yards after catch last year. He has a high pedigree, and this is a great offense where he has a legitimate chance to emerge as the #1 receiving threat. I had him top 5. He might move to top 3. The main thing holding him back is just that the Packers love to throw to like 18 different receivers every single game, which is why you can officially drop Matthew Golden unless you're in a dynasty league. People have been asking me about dynasty leagues. Buy low on Matthew Golden right now in a dynasty league. I still like him by the end of the season and next year emerging as one of the top threats in this offense. No other wide receiver on Green Bay matters. That's right. Jaden Daniels was having an awful game until the fourth quarter. This is why the fourth quarter is the most important quarter for fantasy football. This is why it's great that Washington has a mediocre defense and a great offensive line. It's a great situation still for Jaden. Really sucks what happened to Austin Eckler. Looks like a torn Achilles. We know the emotion at this point. It happens a lot, especially guys his age with his mileage. But this is one of the best fantasy football players of the last decade. This guy is a legend and always will be, especially for a Chargers fan like me. It's time to unleash Bill. Ja'Cory Cross-Kamara definitely gets a big boost. I don't know if I put him into the elite territory yet, though. He's more of a low-end RB2 until we see more. This is an offense where Jaden Daniels is going to poach some rushing touchdowns, but they can move the ball, and they do have one of the best offensive lines based off of my AI projection. Sneaky pickup is also Chris Rodriguez. He was inactive, but he's going to be used more now. I've hated on Zach Ertz in the past as being a boring tight end with low upside, but honestly, he's pretty solid. Of the Jake Ferguson types, he's probably my favorite in this offense since Jaden really trusts him in the red zone. Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel are both around the wide receiver 20 range, but neither of them has that much upside because they're both going to get maximum 8 or 9 targets in a game. Terry may actually still be a little bit of a buy low at this point. He's going to have some great games this year, and he was the top 5 wide receiver last year. People forget. This game was a textbook proof of my philosophy on fantasy football, which is that it's more about the volume and opportunity that a player gets rather than their actual skill/performance in real life. Jordan Love had a way better game than Jaden Daniels, but they were basically equal in fantasy because Jaden was playing from behind and got a bunch of garbage time fourth quarter looks. In large part due to this philosophy, my rankings tend to differ a lot from what experts generally think. You can check those out. They are available on fansports.com. That's up here. I'm actually going to get to work and update them. I'm trying to keep them updated every single day. The goal is to gradually build the best fantasy rankings on the internet. Doing my best to reply to every single comment. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Stay learning. Peace.